Hey guys, this is your online tutorial for how to use Photostory for Windows. So when you open up Photostory, this is the first slide that you will see. This is a screenshot of the computer. You have three choices: begin a new story, edit a project, or play a story. The first time you open Photostory, you want to choose begin a new story. If you've already saved a story and you're trying to open it again to edit it, that is when you would choose Edit a Project.
The next box is where you will import your pictures. Click on Import Pictures. This brings up your menu options. Prior to actually creating my photo story, I found all the photos I wanted to use and saved them as JPEGs in the My Pictures folder. Doing that first will make this process much easier for you. Now, all I have to do is use the drop-down menu at the top that is circled in red, select My Pictures, and highlight the photos I want to use. In order to highlight more than one photo at a time, hold down the Control key and click on all those photos. Then click OK.
After you import your photos, they will appear in a slideshow on the bottom of Photostory. If you want to import more, just repeat the same process again. If you want to switch the order of the photos, just drag the photo wherever you want it to go. If you want to delete a photo, simply highlight it and click Delete.
After you finish with your photos, you will click Next, and the following dialog box will appear. Here, you have the option of keeping the black borders around all of your photos or deleting them. If you want to keep them and move on, click Yes. If you want to remove them, click No, and then click on Remove Black Borders. Now you're ready to move on. The next option is for text. This text will appear directly on your photo in the photo story. You can see that here. But sometimes the text will need to be moved or manipulated so that it does not get in the way of your photo. The menu that is circled in red gives you the option to move your text to the top, center, or bottom, and also gives you the option to move it to the left, center, or right. Also, the very first box in the menu is the font box. This is what you would click on in order to manipulate your text in terms of size and color. When you click on the font box, these are the options that you are given. Once you make your font changes, go back to the photo and make sure that it's not in the way of anything and that the colors will work so that the viewer can see your font. This next section is where you record your voiceover. The very first thing you do is to give your ID to the women in the DC. They will give you a recording headset. Plug this headset into the computer immediately, even before you launch the Photostory program. This gives the mic enough time to configure before you try to record. Then, find the recording slide in Photostory. It will look like the screenshot in front of you. The red button is the recording button. The microphone button is where you configure the mic if you're having trouble, and the preview button is your playback button. In the slideshow in the bottom, choose which photo you would like to record over and click on it. It helps tremendously to have a script in front of you when you're recording. Once you are ready to record, press the red record button, speak loudly and clearly, and press the stop button when you finish. To hear what you just recorded, click Preview. If you're not happy with what you recorded, just click the curvy arrow button, delete the narration on that slide, and try again. Once you're content with that narration, click on your next slide and repeat this process until you have all the narration that you need.
As noted in the previous slide, this is also where you will customize motion. First, click Customize Motion on that previous slide. Then this screen will appear. Click the box circled in red and then manipulate where you would like your transitions to start and end by stretching or shrinking the highlighted areas. Then click Save. Please note, this is where you will manipulate what your viewer will see when that slide appears. It is not where you will control movement between slides. That's next. The upper menu has a transition tab in it. Click on it and then choose the transition you would like to use between slides and click Save. You will repeat this process for each slide.
Once you finish your narration and click Next, this slide will appear. This is where you can add music. To add music that is already in the program, click on Create Music. These are your options. Be careful to click on an option that works with the mood of your photo story. Your next step is to save your photo story. Choose the top option in the menu to save, and then click on the Browse button in the middle to choose where you want to save it. Choose the appropriate folder in your H drive to save your photo story. Name it something that you can recognize, and then click Save.
Once you click Save, you will be brought back to this screen. Click Next in order to build your photo story.
The last thing you want to do is view your photo story to make sure that it works the way that you want. And that is the last step in creating a photo story.